Welcome to the Scars Institute. In this audiobook, we will help you learn some of the things that you need to know now. Welcome to this Scars Institute audiobook guide to helping you get started after a scam. Discovering that you have been scammed is a devastating moment, one that brings with it a flood of emotions, confusion, and uncertainty about what to do next. It is also typically profoundly traumatizing. Right now, you may be feeling shock, anger, shame, guilt, or even disbelief. You may be struggling to understand how this happened, questioning your judgment, and wondering how you will ever recover from the financial and emotional toll. If this describes what you are going through, know that you are not alone. There are tens of millions who have gone through this also, and you have come to the right place. At the Scars Institute, we understand exactly what you are experiencing because our team has dedicated more than 3 decades to studying the psychology of scams, fraud, and cybercrime. As the global leader in scam victim survivor recovery, we pioneered the process that helps people just like you to navigate this traumatic experience and rebuild their lives. This journey is not easy, but we are here to provide you with the knowledge, tools, and support necessary to help you take the next steps toward healing. Of course, our process is not for everyone. If you had a mental disorder prior to the scam, or other emotional issues, it may be best for you to seek a licensed trauma-specialized therapist from the very beginning. In this audiobook, we will introduce you to some of the most important things you need to know right now. From understanding the psychological impact of scams to learning how to protect yourself moving forward, we will walk you through the essential first steps of recovery. We will point you to our authoritative online resources, where you will find the details behind this and essential resources that you need right now. Know that the emotions you are feeling are valid, but they do not define you. Being scammed does not mean you are stupid, weak, naive, gullible, or foolish. It means that you encountered a criminal who used deception as their weapon. Please understand that this was not your fault. By arming yourself with the right information and support, you can take control of your recovery and begin the process of healing. This is your journey, and while it may feel overwhelming at times, you do not have to face it alone. The Scars Institute is here to guide you every step of the way, offering expert insights, resources, and a community of survivors who understand your pain and your strength. The road ahead may be challenging, but with the right knowledge and support, you will emerge from this stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Let's take the first step together. We developed the process of scam victim survivor recovery, and we can help you. Remember, this was not your fault. You are stronger than you know. You are a survivor. You are not alone. You are worthy, and you can make it through this. Never forget that. Now let's begin. Introduction. Essential knowledge and support for scam victims. If you have recently discovered that you have been scammed, whether through a romance scam, a cryptocurrency investment fraud, or another type of deception, you are likely feeling overwhelmed, confused, and unsure of what to do next. The emotions that come with this realization can be intense, ranging from shock and anger to guilt and self-doubt. However, please know this. You are not alone, and there is a clear path forward. The information provided here will help you get started on the right track, equipping you with the essential knowledge and support needed to begin your recovery. To ensure you have access to the best guidance, this information comes directly from one of our official resources, scamvictimssupport.org. This dedicated support information site from the Scars Institute provides structured sections specifically designed to help new scam victim survivors understand their situation, take the necessary first steps, and begin the healing process. These sections will walk you through what you need to know and do right now, from recognizing the psychological impact of the scam to handling financial concerns, reporting the crime, and protecting yourself from further harm. More importantly, these resources will help you avoid critical mistakes that many new victims make, mistakes that can make recovery even more difficult. Navigating life after a scam is challenging, and without the right information, victims can sometimes take actions that put them at greater emotional risk or expose them to repeat victimization. Our goal is to help you avoid these pitfalls and provide clear, practical guidance to support the aftermath of the crime and your recovery. As you go through this information, take your time. Remember, this is just a summarization. We still want you to visit scamvictimssupport.org and read this information. By the way, all of the SCARS Institute resource sites have language translation built in case you are not a native English language speaker or are not completely fluent. It can be found at the top of our websites. It is usually best to view our sites on a laptop if possible, but they work just fine on your phone too. Remember, you don't have to have all the answers right away, and healing is a gradual process. The most important thing is that you have taken the first step, seeking knowledge and support. That alone is a sign of strength and resilience. You are not alone in this, and with the right resources, you can regain control of your life and move forward with confidence. Let's begin this journey together. Section 1. Realizing you are a crime victim. Understanding the why and how. Realizing that you have been scammed is a painful and disorienting experience. The emotions that follow, shock, disbelief, shame, anger, and grief, can feel overwhelming, leaving you questioning your judgment and struggling to make sense of what happened. However, it is critical to recognize that scammers are highly skilled criminals who use deception and manipulation to exploit their victims. This was not your fault. You did not fall for a simple trick. You were targeted and controlled through psychological tactics that have been perfected by these criminals over time. Understanding the how and why of the scam is essential in reclaiming your power, preventing further harm, and beginning the journey toward recovery. At this moment, you may still be grappling with doubts, wondering if some part of the scam was real, or if there's a chance the person you trusted was genuine. The hard truth is that if you have serious suspicions, you were scammed. These criminals build elaborate lies, using fake identities, stolen photos, and fabricated stories to create the illusion of trust and intimacy. They are not random individuals. They are part of organized crime networks that operate scams as a business. Their goal was never to love you, help you, or make you rich. Their only purpose was to exploit your emotions and trust to steal from you. This realization is painful, but it is also the first step toward healing. By acknowledging what happened and seeking support, you can start taking control of your recovery and begin the process of rebuilding your life. Section 2. Are you a crime victim? Now what? Realizing you have been scammed and that you are the victim of a crime is an overwhelming and confusing experience. But taking the right steps early on can make a significant difference in your recovery. The first thing to understand is that this was not your fault. We say this over and over because you need to understand this. These scammers are professional criminals who use manipulation and psychological tactics to deceive their victims. Now that the scam has ended, the most urgent action you need to take is to stop all communication with the scammers, block them on all platforms, and report the crime. If you lost money, time is critical. Contact your local police and report the fraud, and in some cases, financial institutions can assist in recovering funds, especially with cryptocurrency scams. Accepting that you were scammed is another vital step. It means recognizing that the entire experience was built on lies and deception. Even though it is difficult, filing a police report is a way to solidify this reality and start regaining control over your life. Once you have taken these immediate actions, it is time to shift your focus to recovery. Scams can leave deep emotional wounds, and without proper care, they can lead to long-term psychological harm. Avoid the temptation to search for the real person who may have been impersonated in the scam, as your connection was only ever with the scammers, not the person whose face was being used by them. Instead, prioritize your mental and emotional well-being by seeking support from professional trauma counselors and support providers, such as the SCARS Institute. Lock down your social media accounts to protect yourself from further scams and take precautions if you shared financial information. Recovery takes time. There are no shortcuts, but by learning more about scams, surrounding yourself with supportive resources, and committing to your healing process, you will be able to move forward stronger and more resilient. Remember, You will need to read these sections on scamvictimssupport.org. Section 3. Don't get blindsided as a scam victim. Falling victim to a scam can be an overwhelming and devastating experience, but taking immediate action is crucial to minimizing damage and regaining control. These criminals are highly skilled at deception, and anyone can become a target. The first steps after realizing you've been scammed include changing passwords on all compromised accounts, ceasing all communication with the scammer, and alerting your bank or credit card provider if money was stolen. Additionally, securing personal and financial information through multi-factor authentication and reporting the scam to authorities can help prevent further harm. Protecting key accounts, such as email, phone, and banking, should be prioritized, as scammers often attempt to take over these to commit further fraud. Beyond financial and digital security, victims must also focus on emotional recovery. The shock and betrayal of being scammed can lead to lasting psychological distress, making it essential to seek support from trusted friends, professional trauma counselors, or dedicated scam victim support groups from the Scars Institute. Recovering from a scam is not just about securing finances, but also rebuilding confidence and emotional stability. Education plays a vital role in preventing future scams. Learning about how scammers operate and recognizing red flags can significantly reduce the risk of falling victim again. The Scars Institute has a dedicated course to help you when you are ready. You can learn more about that at scarseducation.org. While the road to recovery can be challenging, taking proactive steps and seeking support will help victims regain control of their lives and move forward with resilience. Remember, you will need to read these sections on scamvictimssupport.org. Section 4. The Scars Institute Police Interaction Checklist for Reporting Scams. Reporting a scam is a crucial step for scam victims, but it can be overwhelming and confusing. Many victims are unsure of what information to provide or what to expect when speaking with law enforcement. The key to effective reporting is preparation, gathering all evidence, understanding what details are relevant, and managing expectations about what law enforcement can realistically do. Creating a crime file with all relevant documents, messages, financial transactions, and scammer details is essential. Victims should organize this information into digital and paper formats, making it easier to present to the authorities. Additionally, summarizing key details, such as a timeline of events, the scammer's contact information, and financial losses, can help streamline the reporting process. The Scars Institute publishes a specialized scam information organizer that we call our Red Book. It is low cost and available worldwide. You can learn more about it and order your own copy at our Scars Institute bookstore at shop.againstscams.org. When visiting the police, victims should approach the situation calmly and confidently. Law enforcement officers may not always understand the complexities of online scams, but it is important to use the term fraud instead of scam to ensure they take the case seriously. Victims should ask for a fraud detective if available and insist on filing a report, as obtaining a case number may be necessary for insurance claims, legal protections, and future investigations. While it is unlikely that the police will be able to recover lost funds or immediately apprehend the scammer, reporting the crime helps authorities track scam patterns and prevent further victimization. Victims should also inquire about victim advocacy services, which can provide additional support and guidance. Beyond local law enforcement, victims should also report the scam to national and international agencies, such as the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, FBI, Secret Service, and the Cybercrime Unit in their country. This expands the reach of the investigation and contributes to broader efforts to combat fraud. Once the reporting process is complete, victims should shift their focus to recovery, both financially and emotionally. Joining support groups, seeking trauma counseling, and securing their personal information are critical steps in moving forward. While reporting a scam does not provide immediate resolution, it is a powerful step in regaining control, standing against fraud, and preventing others from falling into the same trap. To learn where to report, visit reporting.againstscams.org. Section 5. Really beginning recovery for new scam victims. Starting off right and navigating the path to healing. Thus far, we have helped you to focus on the first steps after the crime, but now it is time to really focus on yourself. Discovering that you have been scammed is a deeply unsettling experience, often bringing feelings of shock, shame, and confusion. This will also trigger past traumas as well. The most important thing to understand is that this was not your fault, so that you can find a way to forgive yourself. Scammers are highly skilled criminals who use psychological manipulation, emotional grooming, and deception to control their victims. Almost no one is immune to scams, and millions of people worldwide have fallen victim to similar tactics. Acknowledging that you were targeted by organized fraudsters, not because of any personal failing, but because these crimes are designed to work on anyone, is a crucial step in your recovery. It's essential to shift your mindset away from self-blame and towards self-compassion so that you can take the necessary steps to heal. Recovery from a scam is a process that requires both emotional and practical steps and a commitment to your recovery. You are not alone, and connecting with SCARS Institute support groups or trusted individuals can help ease the burden of isolation. Seeking professional trauma counseling, educating yourself about scams, and taking proactive steps, such as securing your financial accounts and reporting the crime, are all part of regaining control over your life. Healing takes time, and setting realistic expectations for yourself is important. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory in overcoming the trauma of the scam. Rebuilding trust, both in yourself and others, will be gradual, but with the right resources and support, you will come out stronger and more resilient than before. Section 6. Importance of journaling for new scam victims. Journaling helps new scam victims to explore their feelings and plot a path forward. Journaling is a powerful tool for scam victims as they navigate their recovery journey. Writing down thoughts and emotions provides a private and safe space to express feelings of betrayal, shame, anger, or confusion. It allows victims to process their trauma, understand their emotional responses, and track progress over time. More than just a form of emotional release, journaling encourages self-reflection and helps survivors recognize patterns in their behavior, triggers, and coping mechanisms. By documenting your experiences, you can gradually make sense of what happened, regain a sense of control, and rebuild your self-esteem. Additionally, for those who may need to report their scam, maintaining a detailed journal can serve as a useful record of events, helping to organize information for law enforcement or financial institutions. To maintain a consistent journaling habit, scam survivors should set clear goals, establish a routine, and choose a format that works best for them. Whether through traditional writing, digital apps, or creative approaches like art journaling or gratitude journaling, the key is to find a method that resonates with personal preferences. Journaling does not need to be perfect. What matters is the process of self-expression and reflection. By staying motivated and committed to journaling, you can gradually rebuild their sense of identity and develop healthier emotional resilience. Over time, this practice becomes an essential part of your healing, offering clarity, empowerment, and a tangible path toward recovery. Just remember one thing. Getting the most out of a recovery program requires your commitment to your own recovery. Section 7. Importance for scam victims to join a professionally managed support and recovery group. Competent support groups allow scam victims to focus on their recovery and healing. Selecting the right support group is vital in beginning the process of recovery. Just remember that not everyone that says they're an advocate is a professional experienced with the trauma that scam victims face. Joining a professionally managed support and recovery group is one of the most important steps you can take after falling victim to a scam. These criminals use sophisticated manipulation to deceive and control their victims, often leaving you feeling ashamed, guilty, and isolated. These emotions can make it difficult to move forward, but a structured support group provides a safe space to process what happened. Unlike social media groups that focus on anger or revenge, professionally managed groups, such as those operated by the Scars Institute, offer guidance, education, and a structured recovery process that helps you regain control over your life. A professionally managed recovery program connects you with others who have faced similar experiences, helping you understand that you are not alone. These recovery program groups offer emotional support, educational resources, and expert-led discussions that can help you rebuild your self-esteem and regain trust in yourself and others. Through structured guidance, you will learn how to cope with the trauma, avoid common recovery pitfalls, and take steps to protect yourself from future scams. Additionally, these groups encourage responsible reporting, ensuring that your experience contributes to the broader fight against online fraud. By joining a legitimate recovery group, you take an essential step toward healing, personal growth, and reclaiming your future. If you would like to join a Scars Institute group, completely free, just visit support.againstscams.org. Section 8. Importance of learning for scam victims recovering from scams. Understanding these crimes is essential to scam victims' recovery. The Scars Institute is the global leader in scam victims support, recovery, and education. Understanding scams and their psychological impact is essential for your recovery. Scammers use sophisticated manipulation tactics to exploit emotions like trust, love, and fear, making it crucial for you to learn how these tactics work. By educating yourself about different types of scams, including romance scams, phishing schemes, and investment frauds, you can recognize red flags and better protect yourself in the future. More importantly, learning about scams helps you understand that this was not your fault. Scammers deliberately target vulnerabilities and use deception to gain control. Shedding self-blame and guilt is an important step in moving forward, and education empowers you to regain confidence in yourself. Beyond awareness, understanding the psychology of recovery is key to overcoming the trauma left behind by the scam. Becoming a victim of a scam can leave you emotionally wounded, struggling with shame and self-doubt, but you are not alone. Professionally managed support groups, like those provided by Scars, offer guidance, education, and community support to help you rebuild your sense of trust and security. Recovery is a process that requires patience, self-compassion, and professional help when needed. Seeking trauma counseling or therapy is a sign of strength, not weakness, and it can play a critical role in healing from the psychological effects of a scam. By staying informed, surrounding yourself with the right support system, and actively engaging in your recovery, you can move forward with resilience and empowerment. Scars Institute offers its Scam Survivors School for free for scam victim survivors and their families. To learn more about this revolutionary approach to scam victim recovery, visit scarseducation.org. Section 9. Importance of trauma therapy for scam victims. An essential part of scam victim recovery. What it does for scam victims and how to find it. Recovering from a romance scam is not just about financial loss. It is a deeply emotional and psychological journey. The betrayal, deception, and manipulation used by scammers leave victims struggling with trust, self-blame, and even symptoms of trauma, such as anxiety or PTSD. Seeking professional trauma therapy is an essential step in the healing process, as it provides a safe space to process emotions, learn effective coping strategies, and rebuild self-confidence. You may feel ashamed or blame yourself, but therapy helps you understand that you were deliberately targeted by skilled criminals who manipulated your vulnerabilities. This realization is crucial in shifting the blame away from yourself and toward those responsible for the crime. Professional trauma therapy also helps you address the long-term effects of the scam, such as rebuilding trust in yourself and others, managing emotional triggers, and preventing future victimization. Therapists trained in trauma recovery guide you through emotional regulation techniques, self-compassion exercises, and strategies to set healthy boundaries. By actively engaging in therapy, you take control of your recovery and begin to restore your sense of self. If you are unsure where to start, Organizations like SCARS provide directories to find licensed trauma counselors and even offer affordable therapy options through their membership program. Seeking help is not a sign of weakness. It is a powerful step toward reclaiming your life and moving forward with strength and resilience. Section 10. Importance of scam victims avoiding the vigilante trap. Staying focused on recovery is essential for new scam victims. Avoid becoming involved in scam baiting and endless fake profile exposing. After being scammed, you may feel an overwhelming urge to seek justice or retaliate against the criminals who deceived you. This is a natural response, as anger and betrayal often accompany the realization of being victimized. However, engaging in vigilantism, such as scam baiting, exposing fake profiles, or attempting to track down scammers, can be detrimental to your recovery. These activities keep you emotionally tied to the trauma, preventing you from moving forward and healing. Scammers are often part of sophisticated criminal networks, and interacting with them again can expose you to further harm, including cyber threats, identity theft, or even additional scams. Instead of focusing on revenge, prioritize your emotional well-being and healing. Reporting the crime to law enforcement and relevant anti-fraud organizations is the most effective way to take action while maintaining your safety. Seeking support from professionals, friends, or recovery groups like the SCARS Institute can help you process the emotional impact and rebuild trust in yourself and others. By shifting your focus from the criminals to your own recovery, you can regain control of your life and prevent them from continuing to manipulate your emotions. Letting go of anger and focusing on healing is the true path to reclaiming your strength and resilience. Section 11. How scam victims can maximize support groups' benefits. Staying focused on getting the most from support groups makes the difference for new scam victims. Avoid support groups that focus on hostility. Choosing the right support group is crucial for your recovery after being scammed. With so many groups available, it's important to select one that is professionally managed, trauma-informed, and focused on genuine healing. Avoid groups that thrive on hostility or obsess over exposing scammers, as these can keep you stuck in anger rather than moving forward. Look for support groups that have experience, credentials, and an established track record of helping scam victims. A quality support provider should offer structured guidance, expert knowledge, and access to mental health professionals when needed. Groups that are affiliated with reputable organizations, maintain ethical standards, and operate transparently will provide a safe space for you to heal and learn. To get the most from a support group, active participation is key. Engage in discussions, share your experiences, and be open to learning from others who have gone through similar situations. Vulnerability can be difficult after being deceived, but connecting with people who understand your emotions can be incredibly healing. Support groups should also provide valuable educational resources, helping you understand scams, their psychological impact, and how to rebuild trust. By fully committing to your recovery and utilizing the support available, you can regain control of your life, heal from the trauma, and emerge stronger than before. Section 12. How do you get closure if you are a scam victim? Getting closure is complicated for scam victims. It is all about acknowledgement, acceptance, and forgiveness, an essential part of scam victim recovery. Achieving closure after being scammed is a crucial part of your recovery process, allowing you to regain control over your emotions and rebuild your life. Closure doesn't happen instantly. It is a process that involves acknowledgement, acceptance, and self-forgiveness. The trauma of being deceived by a scammer often leaves you with feelings of anger, shame, and betrayal. However, recognizing that you were manipulated by a professional criminal, not because of a personal failure, is the first step toward healing. Accepting that the scam happened, acknowledging your emotions, and understanding that you are not alone in this experience can help you take the first step toward closure. One of the most important aspects of closure is reframing your experience in a way that allows you to move forward. Instead of seeing yourself as just a victim, Focus on how this experience can contribute to your personal growth and resilience. While the financial and emotional losses may be significant, your ability to learn from this and prevent future victimization is a powerful tool. Seeking support, whether through a professional counselor, a SCARS Institute scam victim support group, or trusted friends and family, can help you process your emotions and gain perspective. Understanding that closure is about letting go of the scam's hold on you, rather than seeking justice or revenge, is key to moving forward. Forgiveness plays a crucial role in achieving closure, though it is often misunderstood. Forgiving the scammer does not mean excusing their actions or forgetting what happened. Instead, it means releasing the resentment and anger that could otherwise keep you trapped in a cycle of emotional distress. More importantly, forgiving yourself is essential. You were targeted, manipulated, and deceived by criminals who specialize in exploiting human emotions. Self-compassion is necessary to move past self-blame and recognize that your trust was not a weakness, but rather something that was exploited. As you work toward closure, it's important to integrate the experience into your life without letting it define you. This means setting new goals, rebuilding trust in yourself and others, and focusing on positive future outcomes. Maintaining self-care is essential during this time. Taking care of your mental and emotional well-being will help you process the trauma in a healthy way. Engaging in activities that bring you peace, such as journaling, meditation, or creative hobbies, can support this journey. Recognizing that healing is not linear and that setbacks may occur is also important. However, each step you take toward closure brings you closer to reclaiming your life. Ultimately, closure is about shifting your focus from the scam and its perpetrators to yourself and your future. It's about recognizing that while you cannot change what happened, you have control over how you move forward. By prioritizing emotional healing, seeking the right support, and fostering self-compassion, you can find closure and emerge stronger. Recovery takes time, but with commitment and self-care, you can rebuild your confidence, trust, and sense of self-worth, leaving the scam in the past where it belongs. Section 13. Tell your story. It is important. Sharing your story as a scam victim is not just about recounting your experience. It is a crucial part of your recovery and a way to help others. Telling your story allows you to process what happened, gain emotional relief, and find validation from those who truly understand. It helps you move past feelings of shame or isolation by connecting with a community that acknowledges your experience. At the same time, your story serves as an essential warning to others, educating them about scams and helping prevent future victims. By shedding light on the deceptive tactics scammers use, you contribute to a broader awareness that strengthens collective defenses against fraud. When telling your story, focus on what you are comfortable sharing, and remember to protect your personal information. Be honest about your experience, highlighting key aspects such as how the scam started, how the scammer manipulated you, and how it ultimately ended. If you choose to, discussing your recovery process can offer hope and guidance to others facing similar struggles. Your voice matters, not only for your own healing, but also for empowering others to recognize, resist, and recover from scams. By speaking out, you take control of your narrative and turn a painful experience into a source of strength and awareness. Closing thoughts. Understanding, healing, and moving forward. As a scam victim, you have been through an experience that is deeply painful, disorienting, and unfair. What happened to you was not your fault. You were manipulated by skilled criminals who exploited trust, emotions, and vulnerabilities. These scams are designed to deceive anyone, regardless of intelligence or background, and millions of people fall victim to them every year. Understanding the tactics used against you, grooming, emotional manipulation, deception, and control, helps you see that this was not a personal failure. It was a crime committed against you. Now, your journey is about more than just recognizing what happened. It is about reclaiming control, healing from the trauma, and taking the necessary steps toward recovery. The path ahead will not always be easy. You may struggle with overwhelming emotions, self-doubt, or even moments where you minimize what happened. That is part of the process. True healing takes time, patience, and self-compassion. The key is to focus on what you can do now, accepting support, learning about your experience, and taking action to protect yourself moving forward. Recovery is not just about getting past the pain. It is about emerging stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You have already taken the most important step, acknowledging the truth and seeking guidance. Every step you take from here, whether it is joining a support group, speaking with a counselor, or simply allowing yourself to process your emotions, brings you closer to healing. It may take months or even longer, but you are not alone. There is help available, and there are people who understand exactly what you are going through. Most importantly, do not let this experience define you. You are not just a victim of a scam, you are a survivor. You have the strength to move forward, to rebuild your trust in yourself and others, and to find joy in life again. This experience, as painful as it is, does not determine your future. What matters now is how you choose to move forward. Learn from it, grow from it, and never forget that you deserve to heal. You are worthy of recovery, and you have the power to take your life back. Stay strong, be patient with yourself, and keep moving forward. You are not alone, and you will get through this. Thank you for listening to this Scars Institute audiobook. This audiobook was written by Dr. Tim McGuinness, and world-leading expert in the psychology of scams, fraud, and cybercrime, and Vianey Gonzalez, a psychologist with a specialization in crime victim therapy and support. Herself a scam victim 8 years ago. This audiobook was produced by the Scars Institute and is copyright 2025, all rights reserved worldwide. The links mentioned in this audiobook are important information for new scam victims. Visit scamvictimsupport.org. To enroll for free in the Scars Institute Scam Survivors School, visit scarseducation.org. To sign up for the Scars Institute free scam victim support and recovery services, including support groups, visit support.againstscams.org. To learn how and where to report scams, visit reporting.againstscams.org. To obtain the Scars Institute Red Book and other publications for scam victim survivors, or to become a member of the Scars Institute, visit shop.againstscams.org. Again, thank you for listening. We truly wish you all the best.